Hi, my name is Luis. I run a school community all around AI video, and today I'm going to show you how you can make the most believable, realistic AI avatars in the game. Like this one here I made for Christmas of Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, everyone.
So as you can see, the tech is really evolving. Avatars are becoming incredibly believable. We're very close to a point where it's very hard to tell if it's actually a real human or AI. So let me show you my workflow behind these AI avatars. So everything starts with creating an image, a starting image. For this, we'll need a prompt. And we're going to use a special tool I developed for this, which is called Prompt Maestro 4.0. Let's quickly wait for the Loom to switch over to this tab. And what we're going to do here is we're going to talk with this custom GPT in order to make our starting image. So in this case, I'm interested in a portrait shot. So we are going to specify this. I need a portrait shot. And then we want to be very specific with the character we're working on. I'm going to say of an 30-year-old Italian man with blue eyes, wearing an alpaca wool jumper, for example. And we can make it blue as well. Then for AI, it's very important to describe visual references. So if we're looking for a certain visual style, we can just comment it here in this custom GPT. So we can say, for example, I want a shot in the style of Martin Schaller, which is a very famous photographer that specializes on portraits. And then we're just going to press enter here. And we're going to wait for the GPT to guide us in the right direction. So next it's going to ask us what target tool we want to use. So here you see it already locking in all of these characteristics of our subject, 30-year-old Italian man, blue eyes, blue alpaca wool jumper, in the visual language of Martin Schaller. And now it's asking us about the tool we're wanting to use as well as the aspect ratio. So I'm a big fan of Midjourney for characters. I believe that this is one of the best image tools out there for realistic characters. So we're going to say Midjourney and we're going to say 9:16. So it's adequate for socials. We're going to press enter and then we already will get the prompt delivered to us that we can just copy and paste over into Midjourney. Just to make sure, we're going to say I want detailed textures because this is very important with AI. And then we're going to say especially for the skin, hair, and clothes. Detailed lighting too, so that the GPT knows what exactly we want. We press enter, and now we already have our prompt for our image that we can use for our avatar. So as you can see, this process is super easy. You just have to describe whatever character you're interested in. It works for any character really, as you saw before with Santa Claus, or in this case for more of a realistic model. And then you just copy, paste this prompt and head over to your image generation tool, which in our case is going to be Midjourney. So now we are in Midjourney, and now it's all about generating quite a few times. So we're going to max out how many times we can generate with our images, and we're going to wait for the result here. Why is it important to generate multiple times? It's important because with every AI model, inherently, there is some randomness baked in. That means that when we start generating an image, we start from random noise, and then through our prompt, we basically give the AI model guardrails that guide us towards the result we want. But that means that due to the fact that we start with random noise, we get different results every time with the same prompt. So it really helps to generate quite a few times before landing on the result that you want. And what's also interesting with the custom GPT is that you can, for example, change anything that you'd like. For example, here I can already see that the background is quite dark. I might want a light background, and I can just go back here to the custom GPT and say, I want a light studio background. Press enter, and then the new prompt is generated, and then we can again copy and paste it and go back to Midjourney. It's very important to let it generate completely in its entirety, and then we are back in Midjourney and start generating also with our light background. And we basically do this process of refinement and generation until we land on a result that we want. But as you can see, the GPT is already trained for very real looking skin and very real looking characters. And with our input already, it's giving us quite good results. But as you can see, there's quite a bit of variety here in our results due to this randomness I just talked about. So I'm already quite happy with a few of these, but let's just wait what the light background will generate for us. And then from there, we can move on to our prompt for our video. So you can see this is a step-by-step process, which through the help of these GPTs is quite straightforward. So as you can see now, we have quite a few different options here with a light background as well as a darker background. In my case here, I actually think I'll go for one of the darker backgrounds, but the idea being that you can change this completely according to your taste, right? So you can also make it in a different visual style. You can go for a Vogue editorial type shot. You can reference pretty much any style, and then these custom GPTs will help you get the perfect prompt for Midjourney or any other tool you're using to get your starting image for your avatar. In my case here, I think the result I like most is one of the ones with a darker background. Let's see which one we're going to go for. So I think I'm going to go for this one here. You could upscale this image, of course, if you wanted to. You don't necessarily have to. That's the whole idea with a great prompt, is that the result, even without an upscale, is usable, right? So I think that's, for me, the definition of a good prompt. And this is the case here. So we're just going to go for this image here. We're going to press download, and then we have it ready for our video prompt. So now that we have generated our starting AI image, it's time to move on to the AI video software. And here we're going to need a video prompt basically for our starting image to bring it to life. So for this, we also have a custom GPT in my Skool community called Cine Maestro, which is trained on all of the latest AI video tools out there. So whether you're using Kling or Google Veo or Hailu or Seedance, this GPT knows all of the ins and outs and the preferences of each of these tools. So it really helps you transform your idea into the right prompt and minimizes the amount of trial and error that you have in the process, as well as minimizing the amount of generations you need for your AI avatar. So here it's very simple. We just start speaking with it. We can say, hey, and then it'll ask us what type of workflow we're looking for. So is it a text to video prompt, an image to video prompt, or a video edit? And in my case, it's an image to video, as we have our starting image that we want to animate into an AI avatar. So here it's asking us now to upload our starting image. It's as simple as looking for it in your recent images, press open, and then you can press enter here, and the GPT will analyze the image and then also guide you towards the next steps in this workflow. So now it's asking us if we want a last frame. So no last frame, we can say. In this case, this will be different if you're looking for example, at the first frame and last frame shot. And now, importantly, it's asking us what tool we want to use. So when you're working with AI avatars, there's a new video model that recently came out called Seedance 1.5, which has completely changed the game for AI avatars. So I'd highly recommend you use this video tool basically for your AI avatars, as it's the best out there at the moment. So we're going to say Seedance 1.5 Pro and press enter. So next, it's asking us who or what is in the camera. So we're just going to say a 30-year-old Italian man speaking to the camera, laughing. So it's very important when you're working with AI avatars to specify your emotions. So this is really where Seedance also stands out. You can make avatars that really feel real as they are laughing, they're crying, and they're expressing all of these different emotions for you. Just press enter and the GPT will further guide you, collecting kind of all of the data points it needs to get the best possible prompt. So again, it's asking us for any film, artist, or overall vibe. We're going to say again, Martin Schaller, which is the photographer or the visual style we're going for. And then next up, it's asking us for the shot type and movement. So how do we want the camera to move in this case? for our avatar. So because we're focusing on what the avatar is saying and on the emotions, we're just going to go for a static shot. And with regards to a specific lens or camera, we can also just say suggest camera and lens if you're unsure what specifically you want to go for. And then next up, it's asking us for the mood or color grade. We're just going to say for Martin Schaller again to get that mood locked into our prompt. Next up, it's asking us for our aspect ratio. Again, this is a 9:16 aspect ratio. We're going to enter this question too in the GPT, and now we already get the first iteration of our prompt. So this is just describing what is happening in the scene, but we do want a speaking avatar, right? So we're going to need another step in our process. We want to say, I want a speaking avatar that is saying, I can't believe how good AI avatars are these days, while he is laughing. I'm going to press enter, and then it's just going to add that to our video prompt. Then once it's fully generated, very important here when working with these custom GPTs is that you let it fully generate. You simply press copy code, and then you have your video prompt, you have your starting image, and that's where you head to Higgsfield to generate your video. So let's see if it's fully generated. It is. We press copy, and now we can go over to Higgsfield. Once you are in Higgsfield, you're going to want to go to the video section here. You're going to look for Seedance 1.5 Pro. Click on it. Just going to move the camera over here. And then you're going to provide your start frame. Just upload the image. You generate it on Midjourney. You're going to copy your prompt into this field. For the duration, we're going to go for the maximum duration, 12 seconds. The aspect ratio, we're going to fix to 9:16. Resolution, always go for the highest one. That's advantageous. We're going to go for the fixed lens as well, because in this model, kind of the default is cinematic motion. We want a fixed static shot, so we're going to select this toggle. We want audio, and we're just going to press generate. You could also generate in an unlimited mode, but only until December 30th. So if you're watching this after today, basically, you'll have to burn some credits here. And then again, here with the video, it's the same thing as with the images. It's very important to generate multiple times to get the result you're looking for. Each result will be slightly different. And then if you generate multiple times, that's when you get something that you're looking for. So let me come back once these videos have generated, and I'll show you the result. All right, so now we have our result. Let's take a look. You'll see each of these videos will be different.
I can't believe how good AI avatars are these days.
But you can see the Seedance model is incredible. It's very strong. The motions that are expressed in these characters is incredible.
I can't believe how good AI avatars are these days.
So yeah, that's all there is to it. So you generate until you have a result you want. If you want to change the emotion, for example, or the part where he starts laughing, you can go back to Cinemaestro, to the custom GPT, and modify this prompt and just work with it on another iteration. But that's basically all there is to making your own AI avatars. So if you like this workflow and you want access to these exclusive resources, make sure to check out my Skool community. The link is in the description down below. And there's a 7-day free trial available to see if it's for you. And I'd be very happy to support you and to see you inside of the Skool community. See ya.